Hello, you are Vortex here. Well, Chris Gobber, same person. So I'm going to talk on the cuff, really. Try and I'm a bit stimulated, but I think if I try and ride that and use that in a positive way, it'll actually be beneficial. So I've just been mulling over the hyperdimensional information theory, which I've just been in my spare time thinking about in the last few years, I suppose. Think about it a lot, and basically it's the question of everything, really. The big question: what is reality? Where are we? Where are we going? But also, in a more broader level, hyperdimensional information theory is about how can we manipulate physical space, and how can we use the power that we have now to be able to travel to distant points in space-time, distant regions of space-time. Because we're running out of resources on this planet, unfortunately. It will. The reasons for space and interstellar travel are obviously there's a lot of us. The populations are growing, doubling, I think, pretty much, or even quadrupling now. Even with China's one-child policy, people are still, which isn't there I know now, but there's been methods by certain countries which have had larger growing populations to curb that, and that's partly why I wrote this thesis, I suppose. I never really knew why I was writing it before, but it's basically putting forth in an abstract reasons for why we should be pursuing a space program again internationally, but beyond space as well. We obviously space is part of it, but I think as a culture we need that culture of experimentation of physics again, which the more that you have experimental physics going on, the faster that accelerates the entire society. Actually, if you look at the history of the 20th century, that's the history of physics. Modern physics is the history of the world. I'm here as an image now purely because of modern physics. These earphones I have on my ears are purely here because of modern physics. This webcam that I'm talking into, modern physics. That light over there, modern physics. Physics is the light that comes into the world and makes our lives beautiful, elegant, and poetic in a lot of ways as well. This is what often gets people just forget with physics. They just think it's pure mathematics and pure hard data, kind of like relational algebra, set theory, information theory, chaos theory. The theoretical ideas of where the real energy is with physics, and always will be, I guess. And how and as a culture in the UK and worldwide, we need to build bridges for kids to get into physics and technology and engineering, because we need a base from which to work from for the next 10 years. Otherwise, Britain will never be competitive worldwide as we need it generally, because, like I said, I think the moment that we were able to, in the first justification I'd say for interstellar travel or trying to get interstellar travel would be that resource, like I said, and space. We need to colonise space. That is very. Oh, I've got a Yuri Gagarin t-shirt on as well. It's quite nice synchronicity. We need to start colonising some of it, or preparing for it. It's not like a 20-year program. This is a 50, 40-year program, I guess. But I think as the human race needs to start preparing for space, because we've run out of options. That's the sad truth of it. The hyperdimensional informational theory I put together was just basically a kind of very quick analysis of a theoretical society that could provide such a sustainable version of such a society. It is essentially my vision of Star Trek, which I'm completely proud of, and I don't really care if I'm sure nobody really is going to think that's shit or whatever. But I felt very unconfident about it before, but I'm just putting it out there just for people to consume. Basically, apart from intellectual property which I own, there is nothing of it. You can, well, I mean, obviously, I've put it as Creative Commons, so the only way that you can share it is if you are producing whatever you're, referring to it or whatever, that your attribution to science, advancement of science, it's a Creative Commons license. Anyway, yabbering on. You'll be able to look up all that stuff below. Don't really know why I'm doing this vlog, just bored. This has been 5 minutes. I've been Chris Gilbert, aka Noir Vortex on here, and cheers for reading this. The PDF will be below as well if you have read it. And whatever you think, just think and tell. Okay, bye bye.